or YouTube. Thank you for watching my stream. It's 10:30 a.m. my time. Just downed a whole bunch of coffee in my nice little Hello Kitty Halloween mug. Very exciting. So I am going to be working on some open source stuff today. Woo! Ignore that for now. Last stream, I renamed template TypeScript node package to the much cleaner name create-typescript-app. And I've been pleased about that. I don't normally go by star counts in my projects, but it's nice to see, people are discovering this. Got 30 issues in total and one pull request. So I'm going to start on that pull request and then go through the issues. Note that the issues are mostly filed by me, because that is a good way to do things. Elian and hi to you. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Elian, to you and the team, congrats on Astro 3. Hi, Connor. Hello again. How are you doing? Good to see you all. I always forget to post my deets in the chat, but for anyone just tuning in wondering who the hell are you, what the heck is happening, I do open source full time, and I just like doing it on Twitch. So if you have any questions about TypeScript or GitHub or whatnot, developments, let me know. I also do everything, or I post everything that I touch here on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Mastodon. My server is Fostodon. So let me just alphabetize those. So first up, PR to move an ESLint CLI flag into its config file. That's nice. I didn't know that. What is happening with Blue Sky? The server gave an invalid response, maybe out of date. I've been seeing this a lot. I think it happened last time. The post is successful, but anyway. Yeah, so I feel like I might have seen this, but then forgot about it. Move, okay, let me just edit that title there. Move -- report and use disable directives. So in the template right now, there's a bunch of linting and stuff set up. The core ESLint, like the main ESLint way that's run, is with two CLI flags, max warning 0 and report and use disable directives. This flag is nice because if you, let's say, have a ESLint disable, that doesn't actually do anything, the editor extension won't show it. Oh no, gotta update my TypeScript version, or TypeScript ESLint version. But the CLI will let you know, hey, it's unused. And apparently you can put it in your config file instead of your CLI flags. So let's add all, set hard head, get GHPR checkout 731, get pull and pm lint. So we do get a sort objects complaint, so I'm gonna -- fix .eslints just to make the linter happy for now. And parsing error. Oh, I linted a file that I shouldn't have. Whoops. Anyway, yep. So yeah, I have a lint rule that asks you to keep things alphabetized. I find it easier to work in that way. Some people find it aggravating and annoying. It is something you can turn off in the template. But anyway, ppm lint source index ts. So if I were to add back ESLint disable line, no console. Hey, look at that! And now the editor extension can show it. So I missed that this was added to the config file options. Thanks for sending it in. Just a few housekeeping notes on the PR. Title should... Actually, yeah, why isn't the compliance bot posting? Resource not accessible by integration. Ugh. So the compliance bot should post a comment in the PR saying that the title should conform to a spec. Just a few CI failures on the PR. Compliance. The bot should have posted this in the PR. So I'm going to file an issue for that. Also, thanks, Elian. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I was in the React TypeScript documentary. Not React. The OfferZen TypeScript Origins trailer. And I'm in the documentary. Which is funny to me because, like, I kind of don't need to be in there. Like, I'm just a friendly voice. Where am I? I was near the beginning. Yeah, right after Daniel. Where is it? There I am. Yay. I mean, like, I guess I belong. They have people from, like, random other companies there. I am less involved with TypeScript than many of the other people, such as Orta, in the trailer. But, you know, I'm just happy to be there. And I have done things. So, and I'm sad I won't be with y'all for the Brussels stuff. Tell everyone I said hi. Especially Omar. Omar's a baller. All right. So, yeah. Bug. Compliance bot isn't posting comments on PRs. So I use anti-Foley. PR compliance action is used to verify that PRs match a set of rules. Those include having a title that conforms to conventional commits. If any failures are detected, should post the PR. Post a GitHub comment on the PR. It's not. And if we look at this and its complaints, text, warning, PR body did not match required format. I think I fixed this before. I need to check on that. So yeah, I'm just going to do this today because this is an annoyance that keeps happening. And I would consider it a blocker to rolling this template out. For confidence, I want to roll this template out, like use this template on all my other repos, which are on Josh Goldberg / most of them are on /projects on my site. And yeah. Oh, I got to update the name there too. It's now create-typescript-app. I also think I'm going to take the typestat logo and put it here because that's kind of what this does. It pluses TypeScript. TypeScript plus. Anyway. So yeah, there are a couple of complaints. I started writing this. File on myself to see why it's not. PS.rc.cs should be in sorted order. I'll just apply these now since they're not really related to the functional changes we made. That's the heads up. Cool. So yeah, I'll just, I don't like blocking people on paperwork. Like, in my opinion, what I'm requesting here is really, like, annoying. Like, could potentially annoying for people to have to do. So, yeah, I'll just, sort. I don't require conventional commits on commits since that's super hostile, but I do require them on PR titles because PR titles are used for release note generation and for contributor detection. Got this nice old table of contributors, and it's like emoji keyed to the things people have contributed. Also, ooh, look at that scrolling. That's unfortunate. There we go. Yeah. So, filing this issue on. Oh, I should close Slack in the background. Filed an issue on what is this? Action permissions. Anyone doing anything fun this weekend? I guess it'll be the first weekend of September. That's a milestone. I feel like one of the reasons why I'm so in love with Halloween is that it's one of the few things for me to look forward to in the fall. Like big things to look forward to every fall, because I don't like cold. I don't like winter. I like spring, summer, fall. So to me, fall indicates, it's going to be winter again. Probably sleep. Good call. Good call. And let's see how the CI is doing. Yeah, compliance spot, it's fine that it doesn't match the required format. I don't mind. You know what? There is one thing that needs to be changed, though. Create ESLint.rc.ts. Include these changes. I'll send that up to this thing. Yeah, I'm going to start using this template soon. So, ESLint.rc.cjs. Where is it? Reports, use disable directives, right above root. In theory, the repo's end-to-end tests should have detected that the create ESLint.rc template or rather, it should have detected that the created ESLint.rc file when the repo is used, when the template is applied to a new repo on an existing one, did not match the existing ESLint.rc. Like, it should have detected that I forgot to add report to create ESLint.rc. In practice, there's a small list of allowed different files. Where's test? Yeah, these ones are allowed to be changed, and there's an issue somewhere in the repo for making sure it's the right changes to those files. But for now, I haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, let's just pnpm run test run locally just to make sure the unit test pass. And yeah, I'll just merge. LOL, YOLO merging. Hooray! So what should happen now is an action should run pretty soon on main to publish a new version. And after that also, or in parallel to that, also it should detect that Ryota, I always forget to credit people on Twitter or whatnot. It should detect that they contributed something and give them a nice little emoji on the contributors table. Anyway, thanks. Watching now. All right. Pardon me. Cool. So, let's see how those actions are doing. Whoops. Contributors run. I'm just curious how the all contributors auto action works. So it should have posted a comment saying, oh yeah, this is an existing bug in the all contributors CLI. I filed it, or action. I filed it somewhere. I don't remember what it is. But it detected that Ryota, pardon me if I'm mispronouncing it, added files, and it was a feature, so code. So add as contributor for code. Look at that. Automatic detection. Love it. Login name, profile, contributions code. Yep, and it even updates all contributors. That's the all contributors bot at play. Interesting git detection. Approved. And this one I'm also going to YOLO merge. Great. Love a well-oiled repository. All right, let's look at this. What is happening? Why isn't this doing what it should? So compliance.yaml does have permissions, pull requests right. I think I had filed an issue. About permissions lacking. Okay, yeah. So this one is related, posted in the chat. Uh, All right, so yeah, it looks like this is just blocked. Empty Foley has a pending pull request out. So yeah, looks like it's just blocked on external. So blocked is the status rather than accepting PRs. Hooray! GitHub Actions permissions. Woo! So that's fun. Anyway, I'm gonna minus author Joshua K. Goldberg to see if there's anything recently filed by new people. Nothing since June. All right, let's start using this sucker. So, I'm actually going to take a quick ad break to go get myself water because I forgot. But after the break, I'm going to go through my projects, and I'm going to find some older ones that are less used by people and update them to use the tooling. See, maybe it's like our docs informative or something. But we're also, well, you'll just see my wall then. Shout out to subscribers. You know what, Elliot, I haven't done a shout out in a while. Let me shout you out. You are one of the people who I like a lot. Does that work? Lowercase? Yay! BRB. He buys my friendship through sponsorships. I've always wanted to be the one who's paid for their friendship rather than the one who pays for friendship. Life goals achieved. Anyway, someone bought me this Stays tea thing, so I'm gonna consume that. Get it out of the fridge. It's not very good. Okay. Whew. Fuck. What am I showing? How did this get on the screen? God damn it. Well, I'm pretty sure that key doesn't work anymore, but... Lol. Anyway. Ignore that. Let me just go ahead and clear my Bitbucket keys just in case. How did that? I'm going to have to watch the recording. I don't even know how that got to the screen. That's so annoying. Where the fudge? Shout out to Bitbucket for a clean UI. Minus shout out for it not being super discoverable where I'm supposed to go. Alright, that SSH key was never used. What was on there. So that's good. God damn it. Well, I'll just blur that out in the recording so people don't waste their time trying to get to it. Anyway. Love me a credit. That's like my greatest fear. Second greatest fear as a public streamer person. My biggest fear is that I'm going to say like a naughty word by accident. I do have like a very mild speech impediment called rhoticism. So it's hard for me to say R's and W's, which then means I like sometimes mess up my words. So like if I'm using words that sound vaguely familiar to racial slurs, For example, if I'm describing negging, it's extremely scary to me because I'm like, oh no, what if I say the thing by accident? So that's something. Welcome to my mind. Anyway, let's go to. I remember mucking around with. You know what I'm gonna do actually? The way that my GitHub README repo works, GitHub.com, just Joshua K. Goldberg, which, for those who don't know, GitHub allows you to make a repo with your name on your profile that surfaces the content shown under that repo. The way it works is I actually have a projects.json file, projects.ts file. I switched it over that sources the categories of projects and then all the projects in them, and it automatically updates like on a particular cadence, or at least it should. I don't think it's working right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a tracking table for all my repos. Along with their status, let's see, of like how they're doing. Let's see if this works. Markdown. I'm gonna repo status PR. Yeah, so for each of these, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like track, let's make a new issue. Tracking issue, rolling this out to my other repositories. Assignment itself, documentation. Yeah. So this will be useful, I think, as I go through and like for each of them, figure out whether I want to roll the repos stuff out to them. And I'll edit this a bunch and like add emojis and stuff and just like track how those are all doing. Oh, dang it. I meant to post this one on Twitter, not on Blue Sky. Oopsie poopsie. My God, Blue Sky, get your shit together. No longer can say merging now. It's been merged. Damn it. Blue Sky, get direct. They just hired Dan Abramov, so everything should be perfect on their end now. Love that hero worship. Dan Abramov's awesome and also dislikes hero worship from what I recall seeing online. So no one yell at me. Anyway, filed a tracking issue on my end too for rolling out the template to my other repos. Yeah, this is actually freaking Blue Sky. What is happening? Why is... All right, so let's see. Status key. So some of these repos, there's just no point in me bothering. Like not applicable. Will not. Not applicable. Not applicable. Will not use template. Allison, how's it going? Good to see you again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch the status to the first column so that I can sort by the status. So let's see, TypeScript ESLint is not applicable. Todd! Dude, Todd, I had 6 lobsters in the span of like 4 days or something like this. 6 lobster rolls. It was so nice. Very pleased about that. How's it going though? How are you? Yeah, so full screen Mario, full screen Pokemon don't need to be on the template. 8-bitter, my old game engine, doesn't need to. I'm not going to migrate the budgie stuff. That's like this pet project I did. So let's sort these ascending. How's my RFC? Oh my God, I totally forgot about that, honestly. GitHub, with, what is it? With Astro RFCs? Roadmap? What's the RFC's, okay, roadmap. Thank you. Where is that? Where did I post this? I thought I posted an issue somewhere. Oh yeah, wait. I swear to heavens. Chrissy, hello. I swear I posted somewhere the idea of having the Astro... Oh, is it the Astro, like the create Astro thingy? Astro.new? Like somewhere of having the Astro, like, create a new project thing, do it with the, like, TypeScript ESLint recommended tooling or some such. Where is... I believe you that it, Alien, that it should be there. I'm perplexed. Did it get deleted? Did I not post it or something? Ooh, star. What is happening? Josh. ESLint. Joshua K. Goldberg, Astro ESLint. Let me like search on Twitter. Did I? You know what? I'll have to look into this separately. I don't know where it went. Ooh, notifications. I swear I posted it somewhere. We have this shared memory. Oh, yeah, maybe it's on Discord. Anyway, thanks for reminding me. I'll look into that eventually. Cool. So, let's update this tracking issue. Thanks. Let's see. I'll just go through the list. GitHub.com, Joshua Goldberg, all contributors auto action. So this is one of my repos. Let me actually pin the roadmap one, or not the roadmap, the tracking issue. This is one of the repos that I previously scaffolded on the template. So it has some of the tooling, but hasn't been updated to the latest. What's a good emoji? That it was on the template, but isn't quite there. Combination of like construction vibes and older person vibes. I'll just use this one for now. Someone suggest something better. Oh my god, I just realized GitHub.com with Astro roadmap discussions was probably what it was. Because the search doesn't show it in issues and pull requests. That's like a separate thing, separate. You don't know emojis? Well, that seems like a you problem. Found it. Thanks. Thanks, Alien. Yeah, nothing has happened. Y'all never got back to me. Also, only 3 upvotes. Thank you for the heart. Makes me feel like this is not like a super user demanded thing. So it makes sense that y'all never got back to me. Like I'm sure there are many discussions that have much more user interest in this apparently. But no, it would be nice to have it. Be happy to contribute to it. Well, users want what users want. Okay, so previously scaffolded on. Previously generated from template needs to be updated. So that's this one. And in fact, I'm going to open all of these in Chrome. Just to like quickly get them all up so I can see for reference. Oh, look at that. I love an automation. I just want to see for each of them what they are. So typestat is not on the template. So what's an emoji for? It needs to be a parchment. Not needs to be onboarded. Yeah, so typestat needs to be onboarded. Typedoc, plugin Konami explosion, function inliner, Here's API utils. Oh, I didn't know so many of my repos used the template. I'm pleased about this. I just assumed fewer of them were. Look at that. Sentences per line. Oh yeah, sentences per line. Actually, I had started. There's actually an old sentences per line dash old. Why is this not loading? Come on, GitHub. Come on, internet. A GitHub error. Oh no. Yeah. So this is actually in progress. Sentences per line. So I'm going to give it the old parchment emoji. Let's see. Sentences per line. Refine save replies is not on the template. This freaking Chrome extension, I'm pretty sure it's just been sitting waiting approval for like months. I don't know. I need to check up on it. Haven't had time. Plugin curly is onboarded. So node emoji. Oh yeah, that's actually someone else's thing that I've been meaning to onboard. I like joined on as a junior maintainer-ish. Mock React Redux is not on the template. I haven't touched this repo in ages. Emoji explosion not on the template. Nice. It's fun going back through these repos and remembering, oh yeah, there's all this stuff I wanted to do with them and haven't. DMND didn't. Oops. Console failed test. Astro Konami explosion. Yeah, so I wrote an Astro plugin that adds Konami emoji explosion. I need to update this for V3 or see if there's anything to do. But if you type in up, down, left, right, BA, which I just did on my keyboard. Look at that. So that's the Konami emoji explosion package. Highly recommend anyone who has a website add it to that website or web app. And then also I added emoji explosion, the like just a fireworks library, so that when you click the heart of my footer, emojis. Love me a good delighter. Anyway, our doc's informative. All contributors for repository. Well, look at that. So many repos are on the thing. Very nice. Wonder what sort will happen with these. Sort lines ascending. I'm satisfied with this sort. Sorting emojis alphabetically is just, in my mind, undefined behavior. I'm sure there's logic behind how they get ordered. All right. So that's cool. Updated. Let's start on code. Ugh. How's the theme? There we go. Code all contributors auto action. All right. So in theory, I got some scratch changes from messing around on this one. Temp.ts. So in theory, yep. What is that message? Can't fast forward to multiple branches. Clear. So in theory, I should be able to run npx create-typescript-app, and it should prompt me through all the things I need to do to create a new repo, initialize a previously created template fork, or migrate an existing repo. And I'm so thrilled to finally be at this stage where it can do all those things, even though I'm sure there'll be bugs I discover now. Like, this is so much nicer of an experience than my copy and pasting of years past. So immediately I see that I had previously added a feature to... Where's Kalak? Is Nate Wu here? Great little library Kalak that that like I'm using for this nice little like spinners and prompts and stuff. So in theory, oh yeah, C. Preston is the person who seems to be now like helping out with it. So in theory, PR 146, working hard on patching 3.0 bugs. I can understand that. Nate's what, co-creator of Astros and such? Over in Chicago. Yeah. So that was 3 weeks ago, the prompts. Okay, so there's the tab release isn't there yet. Oh well. All contributors auto action. How do we go to conferences and pay for hotel transportation? Do the conferences fund that for you because you're a speaker? Great question. Most of them do. Out of the ones that I choose to go to. I have a speaker writer that stipulates that, yes, if I'm speaking at your conference, unless you're like a small or regional kind of nonprofit or low size thing, yeah, you should be paying for me. I'm speaking at your events. I don't want to take away the space of people who can't pay for themselves by paying for myself. And again, I'm speaking at your event. You should pay. That being said, I do make some exceptions. For example, that conf is one of my favorite conferences. They don't have a lot of budget, even though they're like a regular conference. It's still like a group of dedicated people doing it out of love, not like a company. So yeah, I generally don't have a speaker fee, although I might add one in a year or two. I've been kind of getting tired of conferences. I just pay for my travel and lodgings, and like obviously the conference ticket. Good question. Are you starting to do conference things, Allison? How would I describe the package? Yeah, I'm really missing the tab completion in here. Would be really nice to have. And what do I want? Yeah, that's a fine title. How much tooling would I like the template to set up? I added this because if you look at the ESLint file, over 100 lines, I know people get all mad about that. So, and rightfully so. Like, not everyone wants hundreds of lines of ESLint rules enabled on the repo. Oh boy! A bug. I don't want to restore the repo how it was. And what is happening? Label with name area. Oh, this is cool. So, the error messages are kind of verbose, but they make sense. I also wonder if there's like a package opportunity here to like better visualize an error. Actually, I feel like this is a feature I want. These lines are so god dang annoying to read through. Like, look at this. Who wants to read through like a dozen whatever lines of .npm/_npx? Yeah, so right now on my stack, there's like immediate issue, hydrating labels. So the template will, on your GitHub repo, set up the labels for you per the template, but it looks like there's a bug where if one of the target labels already exist, it crashes. And then longer issue, visualize nested errors better. And for context there, like in JavaScript, you can do like try something dangerous, catch error, throw new error, oh no, cause error. Like you can nest errors now, which is a nice new feature. A couple of them coming up. One of them is close by in Austin, and the ticket is cheaper, so that's fine. But another is San Francisco's what, $250 nightly hotel and a $700 minutes ticket. Oh man. Two thoughts processes there, whether you're a speaker or not. If you are a speaker, absolutely unacceptable to make you pay the ticket. Like that would be silly. I haven't experienced like the giant like multi-corporate or like Microsoft Build style conferences except as a speaker or like invited guest. So I don't know what it's like as a speaker there recently. It's been a while, but yeah, like $700 if you're speaking, you shouldn't pay that. I also know hotels in San Francisco are kind of expensive. If you are not a speaker, just a guest, yeah, that is steep. A lot of people get their companies to pay, but I know that not everyone has a company, and not everyone has a company that's willing to pay. So it's fine if you don't go, I think. Conferences often get made out to be like really big and important and awesome. They are awesome. A lot of FOMO online, but yeah, I've missed out on a bunch. It's fine. Sad that I missed out on Render ATL, for example, but such is life. Learner, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. Todd, I'm not going to be at Connect Tech in Atlanta. When is that? I take it you will be. October 24th. I think I'm somewhere. Where am I October 24th? I'll be in Bulgaria for DevReach. Can't wait. I'm like practicing not publicly shitting on Putin in advance because I know it's going to be an issue for me. For context, Bulgaria is not Russia. It's a separate country, but there's a lot of political influence from Russia. So it's a whole thing. Oh, nice. Workshop and talk. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make it over, Todd. Sorry, but I've seen your accessibility talks and workshops before, and they're great. So anyone, highly recommend Todd Libby's Shenanigans. Shenanigans with the utmost respect and agreement with their existence. Anyway, yeah, so I want to make like a better way to visualize these nested errors, and it feels like that would actually be like a good standalone package. So I'm wondering if someone already made that. So I'm going to file 2 issues here. Ooh, MLOps World Conference. Oh, wait, the exact same day? Is this Connect Tech or is this just a coincidence? Funny. They have some good sponsors there. Nice. Well, have fun if you do end up going. Alright, so bug and feature. So bug, error, migrating, repo on older template tooling. They'll just say error migrating repo, and then it's label with name, area, documentation already exists. I'm going to accept this to myself. And what was this? This was migrating all contributors auto action. Contributors auto action. Boop. Running npx create-typescript-app mode migrate. I could have specified mode migrate with the command line to autofill it. Boop, boop, boop. Let me just plop that all in. Well, good luck, Allison. Let me know if you ever want like interview prep or whatnot. For you or anyone, always happy to give it. Shenanigans, the only way to go. Repo labels should be hydrated automatically without error. Todd, I'm so glad you liked the book. Yay. Yay, TypeScript. Oh yeah, I should post a link to that. Bang book. Learning TypeScript. This is a challenge, by the way. A challenge to you and anyone. I'm pretty sure the website's accessible. I remember going through like my own audits when it came out. It's like on DocuSource. So I hope it's good stuff, but I'm not asking you to look at it because I can't pay you. But just pointing it out there that I think it's an essential thing for a website to be accessible. And if anyone sees any issues, please let me know. Also, Todd, what was your favorite project theme? System of Clown is mine. Yeah, I know I'm not telling you to look at it, but I'm just throwing it out there in a way that may or may not irritate you until you do it. I'm evil. All right, so I'm going to file these 2 issues and then start tackling the labels 1. Feature better visualization of nested errors. Right now, if something fails, throws an error, the whole error is logged, including nested call stacks. For example, in 75, what's logged is freaking ginormous amount of text. What an awfully, I don't know, verbose way to log things. Most of those lines are useless, such as the node modules logs. I want to... You like to annoy the TypeScript compiler quite a lot of each major step. That's great, honestly. No better way to learn something than to break it / annoy it. I want to see if someone's written a good error visualization package already, write my own, and use it. I'm in own if not. So yeah, I'm going to assign this to myself because I want to look into it. And if the package doesn't yet exist, I'm excited to make it. But we'll see. The food-based projects. You know, I regret not putting a lobster roll-based project in there. I feel like if I'd known you at the time, that would have gone in. And the protagonist would have been named Todd. Or like, what's another odd name that doesn't start with T? Anyway. Cool. So, right. Filed a feature request for better error visualization. Lobster Redux, love it. Use so many call stack lines. I'm having a good day today, by the way. I'm enjoying this chat. What's different about today? Why are we having such a good time? Is today just a good day? And then also we have this also a bug. Crashing, trying to hydrate repo labels. Not 2 hours long. What were you all talking about? W3C. What is it? What does W3 stand for? Oh my god. Web Consortium? Worldwide Web Consortium. That's what it is, yeah. I'm guessing accessibility. Because it's Astro Launch Week. Woo! I am excited to switch my personal site to upgrade it to 3.0 for the 4321 port. So exciting. All right. So, bots. I cleared the call stack. Good thing it's in the issue. All right. So let's take a look more deeply at this call stack. Create-typescript-app. Let's copy this over and then look at it. So we are running the command. Let's switch this to plain text. Plain text. Schweiber, welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining. Yep, Todd is correct. Beta and invite only. I feel like the invites are not less restricted, but like more free flowing now, like less difficult to get by now that a lot of like they've been experiencing a lot more people. But yeah. And anyone, Schreiber, chat, anyone, DM me if you want an invite code. I think I have a few to spare. All right, GH label edit documentation, description, name, area documentation. Okay, so the issue I think is that the repo the migration script is trying to edit the existing documentation label. This is for all contributors auto action, but there's already one with name, area, documentation. So what should it do if the label is duplicated, if it already exists under both area documentation and documentation? So for context, what the repo is trying to do, what the script is trying to do, is trying to standardize the set of labels in the repo. And if it sees that there's already one with a name similar to one of these, like matching the label without the prefix, so there's already documentation, it edits it to be the other one. However, the problem is what happens if the repo has both? Root issue, the repo already has both the old and new labels. Here, it's having both documentation and area documentation. Undesirables getting in being jerks. Who would have seen that coming? From what I remember, they were waiting to do a lot more invites, so they had like more moderation tooling. And I think I remember someone mentioning they added more tooling for moderation. That is, did that happen? So I feel like if the repo has both the old and the new label, it should probably just delete the old label. No sense. Like, there's no way to... You can't merge. Like, GitHub repository merge labels? There's no way to do that, right? Managing labels. Editing, deleting. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to merge them. Someone let me know if not. But yeah, that would be a cool feature. But they probably have like some unique ID inside or something making it difficult. I don't know. Anyway, so outcome labels, where is this used? Initialize repo labels. All right. So we have existing labels, which is a string. And then we have allowed labels. And if there is an existing equivalent, then we edit it. That's where the GH label edit comes in. Otherwise, GH label creates. So, we want to avoid this if something, not sure what yet. So if there is, so if there's an existing equivalent, so the existing equivalent here is documentation, and we have an outcome. Outcome is area documentation. Which means if existing labels.has outcome.description. See ya, Todd. Thanks for coming by. And it's dot includes because it's a map or a array. Include does getting a little hacky, a little nestedy. All right, so for each outcome, there's an existing equivalent. Oh yeah, so we can just skip, I think, the outcome one. So if existing labels.includes outcome.description, then we continue, I think. Let's just move this comment up here. It's getting tricky. I don't like increased nesting, so let's keep it separate. All right, so for each outcome, if we already have the outcome, then we delete it. Otherwise, we might like label edit or label create. And at the very end, for each existing labels, if it wasn't in the allowed ones, then we delete it. Okay, so this should be good. Oops. Npm build watch. And let's run this script again. But npx create-typescript-app load. I'm just gonna add to the CLI all the things that I did so that I don't have to type in manually. Owner Joshua K. Goldberg. Title all contributors auto act. I just remember these from doing it so much. What is it? Owner title Robbery description. Package JSON. And, oh yeah, and base everything. All the toolings. Initializing. Oh no. Still poopy. All right, so let's add some logs. Outcome, and we got existing labels, allowed labels. All right, I don't remember if sets log well. Let's see if they do. Oh my god, it's because I'm typing in npx instead of node repost create TypeScript app. Whoops, I wasn't using my using my local files. It's on that. So, oh yeah, sets do log well. That makes sense. I would be surprised if they weren't. All right, so allowed labels, area docs, blah, blah, blah. Existing labels, we have a documentation. So we look at the outcome, outcome.name. So if existing labels.includes outcome.name. Why did no one tell me I messed it up? Y'all gotta focus on my stuff. Just kidding. I should be able to code. Oh yeah, Bun is getting 1.0 soon, right? That's a thing. While this runs in the background. Very exciting. What a cool effort. We talked about it on, oh my god, they have a launch date and everything. Ooh, look at those. Look at those cute little, ooh, are these, for reduced? Very cool though, very exciting. Cute logos. Yeah, looks like this fixed it. It's now successfully not crashing, and it also does successfully have the labels. Let me just make sure all the right expected outcomes are there. Label around repo. Right, so area docs, area testing, area tooling, good first issue, invalid, status. Yeah, these are all sorted by name to make it easier to scan, duplicate, and discuss. Yeah, these all look good. All right, great. So I can remove the console logs, and I'm going to have to update some tests. So this is an edge case, edits a setup label. It skips, it deletes an existing label when deletes an existing label, non-setup label. It's called setup in this title, but I think I want outcome. It's a better name for it. Edit an outcome label one. Ooh, edits. Yeah. Deletes an existing non-outcome label when the equivalent outcome label already exists. Finding it hard to read the code without zooming in. This is kind of... Does VS Code have a way to show the zoom? Like what level you are? I find it hard to write code at the higher zoom level. I'm sorry. I could try. We'll see how this works. This is definitely my max zoom. Sorry. Thanks for saying something, though, by the way. All right, so we have, let's see, we have both description, or ABC and area ABC already existing. Yay, this works. Delete should have been called with -- name. I'm just copying from this command. So we should have called it with label delete, and then it's just ABC. So we do pm test. You can't recode at any zoom. Love it. Deletes and not. What's it complaining about now? Oh, interesting. It doesn't delete a pre-existing label when it isn't an outcome label. I recently started switching from manually verifying has been called with to match inline snapshots. See how that goes. So what happens if we update? So previously this was actually editing the label. Okay, so I should have actually put this here. I should have said if there was an existing equivalent and it doesn't, then we do the thing. So, I'll just keep this as is. Don't want to make too many changes. And go. Why is it yelling at me? Ugh! I'm sorry, I can't work with the zoom level. I'm sorry, I need to see more. My apologies. I can try a live share, see if that works for you. Make read only. That. Yeah, see if that live share works. Maybe that'll work. Okay, so what's happening here? It doesn't delete a pre-existing label. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my console logs back and then .only this file. And pm run test initialize repository labels you watch. So the allowed labels are nothing. Existing labels are ABC. Okay. Oh, you know what it was? It's that the mock for outcome labels always said ABC exists. Oh, guest user anonymous. Accept. Why do I prefer the light theme? I knew this would come up. I don't prefer light or dark in general. It's just whatever my lighting situation is. Right now it's the day and my room is pretty well lit, so there was no real need for me to use dark mode. I have my system, Mac does this well now, set up to be auto, so dark, light, or auto. VS Code doesn't... Actually, this reminds me, I'm meaning to look into this. VS Code sync theme to OS. Auto detect color scheme? Is that what it is? Theme. Preferences, color theme. Detect? God dang it. Enable auto detect. Settings. Settings. User settings. Yes. There we go. Nice. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. There's like a whole joking dev culture around light mode versus dark mode, and it's funny to joke about things, but I worry that people get too into it and think it's being serious. Like, light mode, dark mode, who cares, you know? You can also sync to Twitch chat? What? Wait, how do you do that? I'm looking at the settings here. Chat appearance? Is that for me or for everyone? Oh, I have 0 unban requests. That's nice. Oh my god, Evo's on. I forgot that that's a thing. Oh, sync to Twitch chat. Got it. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm not going to set that up, but you go ahead. Cool. So anyway, back to the code. Thanks for bringing this up. So the test that's failing right now is if the pre-existing label isn't an outcome label, it doesn't delete it. You know what? I will calls. I'm gonna do this to inline snapshot. Cool. I hope that I hope this works for y'all. So right now the snapshot is just saying get up label list, and it doesn't delete it when it isn't an outcome label. So that's good. Oh, so the issue is if it's an existing label that isn't an outcome label, then I don't want to delete it. Wait, so why was it doing things before? What was the log? It was editing it to match. Okay, so the test was wrong. It was a different it was a different label. So Bernard, go tell your family I said hello and I hope you have a nice meal. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by. All right, so it doesn't delete any pre-existing label when it isn't an outcome label. So the issue is, okay, so the test was just wrong beforehand. So we need to gh label list. We create the existing label. Oh, and then we do delete JKL. So we want to make sure the label doesn't get deleted. If it's an existing label, whoops. So log outcome, existing equivalent. So there's no existing equivalent. We get the outcome label, and at the very end we have remaining existing equivalent or existing labels. At the very end we have existing labels, JKL. So wait. And then allowed labels. So at the very end, allowed labels is just ABC and existing labels is JKL. So if they're... My God, I'm getting so confused and convoluted. More of my tea. Someone yell at me if you see where I'm getting, or where I'm wrong here. So right now, just to recap. So we have an existing label, we have an outcome label ABC. There's only one existing label JKL, and we don't want to delete it. So for each of the existing labels, so the allowed labels would be the existing ones and outcome labels. So what we would want to do is maybe flip this logic. So if there's an existing equivalent, or if there's no existing equivalent, then we delete the existing label. So now what are we doing? Wait, so what if we do for const label of existing labels? That's a string. Allowed labels dot add label, just to test out. Right, so then this test passes. So actually it's just allowed labels is a new set of allowed labels and, allowed labels are the existing ones and the, okay, I think I'm getting closer now. I think I'm understanding what's actually happening here. So the allowed labels to start off all your existing ones and your outcome labels, which means now what's going to be wrong is tests on which ones am I deleting. So let's rerun those. And I'm just going to replace all my expect mocks to switch to inline snapshots to make it easier to just verify everything all at once. Okay, so what? So that's cool. So this makes sense, actually. I don't know why I overcomplicated it in my head before. Yeah. I don't want to delete any existing label. If the existing label has an outcome, then I would edit it. So there's no case where I actually want a GH label delete. Why was I GH label deleting in the first place? I don't know, man. I'm lost. But anyway, I think this is just... Yeah, why would I want to delete a label when I'm migrating a repo over? I'm truly not... Nothing comes to mind. Because I don't delete existing unrelated labels, and if there's a label that should be switched over, I edit it. So... Great. Okay. Alright, this makes me happy. This actually simplifies the code. Love to see it. Okay. This was more convoluted than it needed to be. I think I was just confusing myself a whole bunch. So let's look at, so it creates an outcome label that doesn't already exist. So we GH label is just a name, and then we create. Then we, by the way, this is cool. Like, this is how interpolation works in JavaScript, template little strings. So GH label create, it's a $, it's taking in this template, which is a string that contains, it's an array of strings in order, and then a blank. And then ... args, the rest of them are just the strings to put in there. So like GH label create, ABC, color, black, and so on. So okay, creates an outcome label when it doesn't already exist. Edits an outcome label when it already exists. That's ABC. Aha! Edits an outcome label when it already exists is wrong. because this should be editing it. Get over there, you. Edits an outcome label when it already exists. Old description. Let's see if that changes it. Name ABC. Looks like I'm zooming in on this one. So console log, existing labels, outcome labels, then existing equivalent. Let's look at them. So the existing labels are ABC and the outcomes include ABC. Existing labels includes outcome.name. Oh, right. We don't want to skip if it's... Oh, wait, actually, yeah. Because we're no longer skipping because of deletion. So, yeah, let's just label edit. Ooh, and this is like a nice little perf upgrade I just realized. If the details are the same, we don't need to... we don't need to edit them. When ours is with different information, and then it doesn't edit an outcome label with the same information. So let's say that the description is, let's just refactor this out. Let's change these here. Counts and closing scope, mock outcome label. Here we go. So now, SD out stringify, mock outcome label. Mock outcome label referenced before it exists. Because I need to switch this to a getter, because that's how mock ordering works. Don't even get me started on this whole convoluted, ridiculous system we've set up ourselves. Okay, so doesn't edit, which means I don't want the calls to happen. If outcome.color not equal to existing equivalent dot color and or so let's actually look at this more deeply. So if it's the description, if the color or the description are different, then we'll edit them. If not, we do nothing. But the problem here is that existing equivalent is returned as the name of it, not the actual label. So I'm going to have to switch this to oh, we're not actually getting the existing details, are we? We're getting GH label data. We're getting JSON name. We also want color description, and we don't want to map get label name. We want to just copy this over for now. We want to switch all the logic to be on the name. I'm just going to move this over so it's only in one place. All right, so existing equivalent dot color string description string fun name description outcome color. So now we're saying we only GH label edit if the outcome color or description are different from the existing equivalent. And I should just verify if I run this, is the color description name? Yep. Comma separated. Okay. Cool beans. Are these with the same color? Same information. I'm going to actually verify that it's different. If we have mock outcome, if we have a different color, and description. Oops. Description. Dated. Now, in theory, I could only have it send in the new color or description as needed. In practice, I feel like it'll be roughly the same network timing anyway, and I don't really want to add the code logic for that. So, okay, I'm actually happy. This code is, despite having a nice little perf optimization, better than it was before in terms of simplicity. Simpler than it was before. So that's cool. Let's run all tests, because I did change other code. What did I change? I changed get existing equivalent labels, so that thing's tested. My vibes are my favorite thing to offer. Thanks for joining, Allison. Appreciate it. And I'm going to create label equals name string name. I'm going to update these tests too. Good label. This multi-select might not be great. See if this fixes things. It's surprising how many little edge cases there are in all these random little bits of repo migration, like hydrating your labels given potentially previously existing ones. And we right, because we want these all to be labels. Let's do equal to be I'm gonna auto-make these to be fancy. Enhancement. ABC. Now let's also call these labels. Yeah, sometimes it does. Also, you're still here. Hi. I just assumed you meant you were leaving, but I'm glad you're still here. Such as coding. Random things take so much longer than you expect. Random things take so much less time than you expect sometimes. Always nice to see. Oop. That's not what I meant. LOL. We happy? We happy. PNPM test. Yeah, exactly. All right. This looks good. I'm happy. PNPM test run, PNPM lint, PNPM lint knip. Just make sure I'm not leaving random trailing interfaces or something that are unused. Build ran, TSC runs. Let me also just make sure one last time that the actually, you know what? Let me log what gets run. Just out of curiosity, make sure it's all running well. Why is this? What? Oh, got the quote. All right. So yeah, let's go to the other repo and try it out. Got to build. Just want to see what'll happen. What logs will it do? Because in theory, this should log very few, if any, commands, because all the labels should already exist. Okay. GH label edit status blocked to be... What is waiting for something else to be resolved? What? Oh, the description. Alright, so yeah, that's nice. Cool. I'm happy. Let's push up the PR. How long did this take? Allow existing labels. Livestream. Welcome. How's it going? Fix allow existing labels. Never GH label delete. Git push you origin allow. I do know the end-end operator. What's on your mind? And it opened in the wrong window, but okay. And fixes 7:35. Oh, this took half an hour. Felt like longer. It always feels like way too long when I get stuck with something. I hate being stuck. It's annoying. But that's part of programming. Happens all the time. Removes GH label delete because if a label already exists, we're always either leaving it be because it's unrelated, unrelated. Always either leave be because it's unrelated. When you say seem editable, you mean like VS Code is implying to you you can run stuff in my terminal with the live share? Whereas either leaving it be because it's unrelated to group specific label, adding it to be the equivalent outcome label. Ha! Weird. While I'm here, applies a quick optimization to only send network requests and edit requests for labels whose info is different from the outcome. They are equivalent outcome. There might be some edge case with like quoting or descriptions or something, but for now I think I'm happy. I don't think labels have ever been like one of the major perf bottlenecks for this template. Whew. That was tricky. It's a little tricky. Alright. Got blue sky. Bizarre. Also, what is that status card? Or a preview card? Whatever it's called. Weird. Ooh, why is and different when assigning a variable, like, for example, oh yeah, let me post it. PR link in the chat. Why is and different when assigning a variable, like, for example, my var equals num1 and num2, JavaScript, and returns the first falsity, not returns the last, but when conditionally, it's evaluate, make sure all statements are true. It behaves the same. So if you have, let's say, let num1 equals 0, let num2 equals 9001, and then let my var equals num1 and num2. Great question, by the way. Thanks for asking. Let's actually, I'm going to save, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this in a script. It's like temp.js. I'm going to run, this one I actually can zoom in. Hooray. Node -- watch temp.js. And I'm going to log my var. So every time I save the file, it'll restart. So the way and works is it's lazy evaluation. It's the first falsy thing in that chain will be returned, or otherwise the last thing. So here we have num1 because it's 0. And if we switch it to 10 or 1 or something, then we get the last thing. 0 is 0, 1 becomes 9000. But if you do conditional logic, function, let's just like pretending this is a component. We do like return num1 and hello, console.log, pretending this is a component. Then we still get the same behavior as before. And actually, let's just like get the exact same. Ta-da. And this trips people up because in React, if you return React, Preact, solid similar. If you return, let's say 0 from a component or empty string, you get that same falsy value. It's not the same as returning null. So like what happens with these chains is like people assert on or like check if something is falsy by doing and then they're like, why is my component rendering the number 0 or an empty string? Which is why a lot of the times when people write, let's say like JSX things like React, they'll end up doing a ternary, like if it's true, return this thing, otherwise return null. Does that answer the question you were looking for? Does that make sense? Yeah, a lot of different things. In JavaScript, there are a few falsy values. There's, let's see, there's 0n, which is a big int, which is a different type of number that can be much larger. People don't often use it. There's empty string, there's null, there's undefined. There's also not a number, which is like a whole other thing. And then document.all, which is like this esoteric random feature in browsers that no one ever uses. So actually, did I get that right? JS falsy values. False 0, empty string, null, undefined. Oh, that's an old link. Oh yeah, -0. That's a thing too. What is console log 0, -0? That's true. 0 is triple equal, -0. Is it double equal? Yeah, okay. Someone made a song, that's great. What about if num and num2 return both true? It's the same thing. If num1 and num2 return inside the if, else return the else. So we get the else because num1 is 0. Does that make sense? Seem reasonable? Because num1 is 0 and num2 is defined, but num1 is 0, which means this short circuits, this just looks at num2. And in fact, if we, you can even test verifying locally that like this will crash. Like if you do something like this, even though this will crash variable is not defined, so like if you end up looking at it, it'll crash. JavaScript doesn't even look at it. It doesn't check whether it exists. So all the same, and. Anyway, it's 11:59 my time. Oh no, my test coverage decreased. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up this PR. I'm going to look into the test coverage. I'm going to then raid someone. So if y'all have any other things you want to talk about, topics, questions, open source, development, life, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to finish up pretty soon. So one of the tools that I use is CodeCov. It's this nice service that visualizes your code coverage. The code coverage is calculated by btests, which uses, I forget what the reporter is. It's the concept of instrumentation where it puts a bunch of like lines in your code saying this was hit, this was hit, this was hit, and then runs tests and sees which lines were or were not hit. And CodeCov is just the visualizer. So when I run a bunch of tests in PR, CodeCov can show me which lines were or were not reported as being hit, and I'm missing the case of empty array. I forgot to test that. Great. Not to mix let with var. Oof, spicy, yeah. So very, very, I can't remember the last time I actually wanted to use var, like had a real reason for it. All right, so, what do we want to do? Yeah, I'm going to make a new test similar to it doesn't already exist. I'm going to, instead of mocking resolved std out of any labels, I'm going to say when no labels already exist. But why do people use end-to-end chaining to only run the code if all statements are true? If true and also true and also true. I don't know. If they want it to only run if all three are true, that's why they do that. I don't know what else to tell you, sorry. But if you have a specific example, I can speak to it. Add test case for no. It's actually really when no label std is returned. Run test. Oh, git commit git commit add test case for empty std. Cool. So that should be good. And otherwise, get existing equivalent label is still 100% covered, which makes me happy. All right. I'm kind of curious. Node visual. Does anyone know a package that does this? Node visualize error nicely. Error stack. Visualize nested error cause nicely. I just want to see, like, has someone made a package for this? I wish I understood when to not use promised all and promised. Oh yeah, that's a whole thing I don't have time to get into, sorry. VS Code variable explorer. That's cool. Yeah, I want like a console, like npm describe error. Like an npm package to like visualize or describe error. Define error? That's not what I'm looking for. Errors. Common errors. Ooh, error display. Ooh, pretty error. Ah, interesting. So there's pretty error, there's describe error, and I'm also gonna like show error. Stack Tracy. Nicely formatted. Ololog. That's a cute name. Shows some heart. Alright. What is a Youch error? Someone forked. Yeah, no worries, live stream. Human error. I like that. Ooh, published 6 years ago. That's not promising. I'm not going to go through multiple sources. Oh boy, that's cute. That's not really what I'm looking for. That's just like adding tabs. Maybe let's see. Well, I like this. Okay, so no, this like shows you an HTML display. I'm gonna start taking notes on things that I've seen. Where's the issue I filed for this? Oh, it's right here. Nope. Looking at things in the wild. Exists packages in the wild. I don't want a full browser render. That's overkill for this case. So I don't want that. Wait. Yeah, so stack, I guess they logged to each other. Just formats the columns, doesn't remove excess lines, I think. Human error. Oh boy. Oh boy. So this is like logging them as a table. Ooh. Let's take a look. Let test 1 equals true. Let test 2 equals false. Let test 3 equals true. I'm going to do the same strategies before with making a temp.js. Node watch temp.js. I'm going to do this quick little shorthand to let me log all 3 in the console at the same time. It's just a nice way to log all 3 of them. If blah, blah, blah. Yep, not all of our are true. Because if test 1 and test... So we're saying this if statement, the body should only run if all three are true. So if any of these are false, the first time we see a false one, we bail out and go to the else. What would I suggest to identify a circular dependency chain? Oh boy, I don't know. I haven't looked at this in a while. This is like an often discussed topic. The problem is it's rather difficult because sometimes there are circular dependencies that are okay in certain situations, even unavoidable given app architectures, like types. There is ESLint plugin dependencies. Oh, which is now updated, so maybe this one? Not sure though. I honestly haven't looked into it. If you find something you like, maybe even suggested for the template repo, create-typescript-app. But it is kind of a difficult problem, given TypeScript type imports. Oh, and there is a no cycle rule. It's ESLint plugin import. What is that logo? Can I see a bigger version of it? Oh, it says import there. Probably can't see it on the stream. Cool. Also, this PR passed. Yay! It'll increase coverage by 0.02%. That's the juice I like to see. All right. Squash and merge. So yeah, last thing I'll do is I'll just go through this list of existing other things in the wild, and then I will raid someone. These Google searches give me anything good. So pretty error is actually nice. Problem is nice, but I also want to filter out unrelated call stack bits. So that's a candidate, a contender. Maybe I'd want to do this with a feature. Works theming. Oh my god. That's so intense. Yeah. What is a render kid? Stylish console. Love it. Okay. Describe error? Maybe it was error describe. Nope. Log process. What does this look like? Ooh, modern errors. Oh, look at this. Nice little Winston. What? I feel like I remember what Winston is, but I don't. Let's see all errors. All contributors. What is this? Why is there no like image or whatever? Oh, it's a handler. It doesn't actually log. Okay, but modern errors, which again just handles them. It's not about logging them. Okie dokie. Winston error format. Yeah, Winston is like a logging thing. Okay. Handles CLI. Oh, I love a good image. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh. This might be. I like it. Good visualization of it. That's nice. Cute. I do like how it highlights your code as bigger, as white, rather than external, like node modules code, or like not even files, just access pass is like gray. That's nice. Pretty color, like, okay, so yeah, this exists. And then human error is super old. So I'd assume doesn't handle COBs and is super verbose. So I'm probably not going to use human error. But this is nice. Nice to see. Yay. Cool. So this was a fun stream. Thanks y'all for hanging out. Appreciate it. A little more than an hour and a half. And an ad roll. So that probably earned me 50 cents. Just to recap, for anyone who joins relatively recently, hi, thanks for coming in. I'm Josh. I did feel productive. This was a good stream. I'm a full-time, independent, open source maintainer in the TypeScript ecosystem. Proud of myself for being able to now say that without stuttering somewhat reliably. I don't work for any specific company. I just bounce around on GitHub and similar and work on projects. So if you could find it in your heart to sponsor me on GitHub or TypeScript ESLint on Open Collective, I'd really appreciate that. Thanks, learner. Yeah, no worries for anyone who can't. But if you can, I would love that. Stream regularly Tuesdays, Thursdays, in theory, in practice. So catch the stream next time. And I also wrote a book, Learning TypeScript. Feel free to get that and rate it as many stars as you feel comfortable with on Amazon and equivalent. Last thing to talk about. Who are we going to raid? Finite singularity. That makes that easy. But all right, y'all are ready. I'm going to go have lunch. This was a good day. Ooh, big stretch. See y'all.